Capital includes a multitude of things, but broadly speaking, what we're talking about are those things that we use to create other things. It's a step back in the process. One of the most critical and foundational parts of this is what we call tools. Tools are how we take the land and the labor and turn them into other things. But tools themselves have to be made. Tools are made by tools. Think about, well, in Aaron Claire's case, how knitting needles are made. The first thing that has to happen involves the land, where we're gonna dig a hole in the ground and we're gonna find iron ore, and that iron ore is gonna be processed and turned into steel, and that steel is gonna be turned into knitting needles themselves. But then those knitting needles still have to be moved to the marketplace. They're going to be put on a truck. The truck is going to ship them to the store. And in the store, with money, which is another form of capital, but we're going to get to that later. In that store, Aaron Claire is able to buy those needles in order to make that scarf. Given the complexities it took just to get wool and talent and knitting needles together in one place, we surely should come to understand that no one person, especially my little girl, could create all that they need in order to be about the business of their work. Which brings us to our next principle, that in order to get where we need to go, in order to be productive, we need to be able to exchange goods and services one with another. When Aaron Claire bought the needles, when she bought the yarn, she was engaged in exchange. And in fact, she was engaged in a mutually profitable exchange. Remember, we said the creation of wealth is not a zero-sum game where one man's loss is another man's gain. When she made the trade, she would rather have the tools, the yarn and the needle, than the money. The store from which she bought these things would rather have the money than the yarn and the needle. So corporately speaking, our wealth increased because everybody has, after the trade, what they valued more than what they had before the trade.